said good game.
Welcome to part one of hopefully a series I'm going to be doing about chess episodes of some of my favorite TV shows. Now, nothing really grinds my gears quite as much as chess done poorly in media, whether it be a continuity error or just downright nonsense.
Do that, I'm gonna do that. If you do that, I'm gonna do that. If you do this, I'm gonna do that.
I love movies and I love TV shows and I love chess. You would think that chess episodes or chess segments or chess themed shows would be my favorite, but it's quite the opposite. In fact, they're kind of the most irritating episodes to watch. I feel like watching chess in media might be a similar feeling to watching a police show if you're an actual police officer, or watching House MD as a doctor. In this episode, we're going over an episode of House MD, the classic show, my favorite yaoi, and the episode we're watching today is Season 3, Episode 23, The Jerk. This is one of my favorite chess episodes of any TV show because it does get one thing right, aside from all of the continuity errors and just incorrect chess information. Now, what this episode does get right is embodying the true characteristics of the average chess player. So the episode opens up with a scene of a chess tournament. Now, I think they want us to believe that this is a true, genuine chess tournament, and if this is true, I already have a few issues in the first few seconds of this scene. It is an older tournament, as everyone is still using these analog clocks, but that makes sense a little bit for the time. We zoom in and we meet our main character, the Jerk. Immediately, he starts talking to his opponent, which first of all is just not allowed.
You want me to explain how you just lost? Or do you want to stare at the board your full 3 minutes?
So this is the first good look that we get at the position, and we can see where every single one of Black's pieces are, along with a few of the pawns in the center for White, and some clues on what's going on the queen side for White.
Come on, it's called speed chess.
Okay, here we go. Now we can see that White, for whatever reason, has a knight on h3, has castled. There seems to be a rook on f1, and there's no pawn on f2, so there's a semi-open f-file. White has two bishops pointing towards Black's king. So it looks like he takes something on f5, there's a bishop on d3, bishop takes f5, oh, the bishop's back on d3. We now get an aerial shot of the board and we can really see what's going on now. Black plays the move king h8, and they left this out, but then White played queen h5 and Black played rook g8. This is now a forced win for White, so pause the video here if you want to find it. But yeah, Black plays king h8, then White plays rook h5, so they just completely left out queen h5, rook g8. If you saw it, what happened in between was queen takes h7, king takes h7, and rook h5. But then after rook h5, they show king takes h7, and they show rook h5 again, and then I don't know what position this is. This is like the starting position. And after king g7, for whatever reason, the move that is emphasized as the brutal move is bishop h6, even though, you know, if you sack the queen on h7, there's a reason for it, and both players would see it coming.
Good game. I said good game.
Call 911. Get an ambulance.
Tell them to send two.
It's gonna explode.
So I'll admit, I thought this was pretty cool when I was a kid, where you win the game and then also beat your opponent with the clock. So later at the hospital, they came to the conclusion that his horrid personality and the way that he is a jerk is actually just a symptom, one of his symptoms of his mystery disease.
I like this kid. You haven't met him. I know you hate him. What more do I need to know? Anybody can get into a fight after losing. It takes real creativity to beat up someone you just beat.
His mother is so relieved by this, because that means that if he gets better from whatever illness this is, that means that he might not be a jerk. But will he still be good at chess if they cure it and he's not a jerk anymore? That's the question.
You mean the illness is affecting his personality?
If these treatments work, it could...
Change him?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
We then come back to the main meat of the episode. They ended up giving the kid magic mushrooms for his cluster headache, but this seems to fix at least one of his issues. However, while he's on the mushrooms, he ends up making a bit of inappropriate pass at Cameron, where she discovers that he has, what's the medical term? Tiny balls. And they add this to his symptoms.
Yesterday, if it wasn't operating at capacity, it could have caused.
Whoa! Don't sneak up on a person like that.
Now, back to the chess. This is the probably more important game because this is the chess game that House plays himself against the kid. I think that we're all expecting House to be very good at this game because he's, so smart, and chess makes you smart, right? I like that they actually do the pick a hand method. That's something that chess players do quite a bit. Now, white opens with 1 f4 and black responds with c5. White plays knight f3 and House promptly says, "The bird's opening." Passive approach. So yes, this is a bird's opening technically, but after the move d5, his opponent says the Sicilian defense. Now this is a very common misconception, is that if you play the move c5, it's a Sicilian. This is not true. The Sicilian is e4, c5. You cannot play a Sicilian against 1 f4. So that was the first thing that really bothered me. The second thing is, if you zoom in here, can you tell me what's wrong with this screenshot right here? Did you notice it? Yes, white's king and queen are set up backwards. So this entire game is thrown out the window. I had to use a board editor, and now it's chess 960. The trash talk was excellent, though.
I can walk.
I don't bleed out of my penis.
We go a few moves into the future, and this took me a long time to figure out, but somehow the king and the queen switched back, and I thought I was crazy, but yeah, they set it up correctly, and then somewhere in between they switched the king and the queen, and then a third time switched back. So the game went f4, c5, knight f3, d5, e3, knight f6, b3, e6, bishop a3, bishop d6, bishop b5 check, knight c6, knight c3, castles, and rook b1. Quite a nonsense move if you ask me. There's absolutely no point to this move. I think a move like castling would make a lot more sense. But after the move e5 is just a blunder because it allows bishop takes c6, and after b takes c6, f takes e5 is just a fork. So this is a blunder, but it is blitz chess. Opponent just plays f takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop comes back to e2, knight e4, knight takes d5, knight takes f3 check, bishop takes f3, and queen h4 check. So it appears that something might happen with the classic, g3, something happens on g3 and we take, but with the bishop on f3, none of that's actually happening, and white's quite safe after the move g3. But House plays the move bishop takes g3 anyways, which is actually a decent move if followed up correctly. H takes g3, queen takes g3, king e2. Now black plays the move knight g5 here. After the move queen f1, which is the best move by far, we hear this.
Care to lay down your king?
Now I can only assume that what they mean by this is knight takes f3, and after queen takes f3, pinning the queen, like this, and you can pause the video here and try to find the mate. It's a forced mate in 5 here. Yeah, so it was knight e7 check, king h8, rook h7, king h7, rook h1, and after either queen h2 or queen h4, or even I guess queen h or bishop h5, this is checkmate. You can just prolong the inevitable. And I believe this is this Anastasia's mate? Yes, this is Anastasia's mate.
You can't win. You can pin my queen. My knight to e7. Your king to h8. Sacrifice rook takes pawn. Bishop blocks. Queen to h5. Checkmate. Save what's left of your dignity. Lay down your king.
House then begins to obsess about this game for the rest of the episode, trying to figure out what went wrong. And somewhere in the process of postmortem of the game, of course, he also is trying to figure out what's going on with the kid, and he decides that the personality they were assuming was a symptom this whole time was actually just the way that's not a symptom. And once they stopped looking at that as a symptom of a disease and just that's how chess players are, then they were able to figure out what was wrong with him. It had something to do with him being vegetarian for a long time and then not being vegetarian and then iron building up in his blood.
Stop it!
That hurts, right? Just odd, because I'm really enjoying this. Hold the pieces that way because you can't bend your thumb, because your bones have formed abnormally, thanks to all the crap that's been pushing its way in between them. Actually, this stuff isn't important at all.
Your doctor said he needs immunosuppressants.
They're idiots.
The point is he's gonna be fine and he's just a terrible person.
His personality issues?
Sorry. The iron's innocent on that count.
And then the final scene that is important is where House confronts the kid about the game, and he says this.
I wouldn't have taken your bishop. I'd have moved my queen to d6, diffusing the threat, then rook to e8, attacking the king's pawn. I'd have lost the exchange but won the game.
Which is complete nonsense. Like, we can take a look at it, but that doesn't... It didn't mean anything.
I was bluffing. And that's why you lost.
Jerk.
In conclusion, this is, I think, the best representation of chess players in media that I've seen. You know, they're not necessarily just really smart and classy, but usually they're just antisocial and narcissistic. Not all chess players, but, you know, back when I grew up and chess wasn't as popular, that's kind of how most chess players were. But yeah, I mean, I hope this was an enjoyable video. I have a few other episodes I want to do if this is a good video. There's an episode of Monk where the suspected killer is a chess grandmaster and there's like a blindfold simul, I think. Or maybe it's just a simul. There's an episode of Frasier. There's little snippets and things like The Office and Futurama that we could look at. But yeah, let me know if you liked it. Thanks for watching.